Hello to all my knights and queens of the world. You already know who it is. It's Mr. Royal Diamond, aka Mr.RoyalNieves, coming back at you with another phenomenal video. My topic today basically is going to be about be aware. And what I mean by that is being aware of your surroundings, being aware who you're hanging around with, be aware what you're entertaining, be aware what you're putting into your body. You know, you got to become very self-aware of what's going on within yourself and around yourself. So when you notice, like, when you feel something doesn't feel right, it's because something is not right. When you feel like something's telling you not to go to a certain place, it's because God is telling you not to go to that certain specific place. You know what I'm saying? Being aware is knowing your body, you know, how you are. And also that could be as well, like, depending on the season as well, like how your body changes, how your mood changes, how you react to certain things. So that's what I mean by, like, being aware of everything, you know, being aware, like, what you're eating, to make sure you eat, you know, that you're not eating too much junk food, that you're eating more healthy food, that you're working out, that you're paying attention to any kind of signals your bodies are giving you. Same thing, like, ooh, excuse me. Mm. Being aware also as, like, your surroundings, who the type of people you're hanging around with, the type of people that are influence you. Same thing, being aware, like, where you spend your money at, your, you know, what kind of habits you have around money. Being aware of your thoughts, your self-talk. What are you doing before bed? What are you doing in the morning? What are you saying throughout the day? What are you doing at work? You know, being very aware and cautious of, like, how you carry yourself, your body language, your tone of voice, you know. So that way you find you are able to give yourself the opportunity to find any kind of area that might need improving. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people, they make up excuses as to, oh, you know, they don't want to go, they don't like being at the doctor, so they deal with a certain kind of pain, they deal with a certain kind of ache, you know. But it's like, if your body is giving you signals about certain things, it's because it's telling you it needs your attention, it needs you to take action, it needs you to do something. So I encourage all of you that who might have that kind of mentality, that they kind of just wait things off to see if it goes away. Make sure you are proactive and taking care of whatever that may be for you. You know, same thing with your sleeping patterns. If you feel like you're too tired, then make sure you set up a sleeping pattern that's healthy for you. Being aware of your dreams as well. If they're trying to tell you something, being aware of your surroundings. You know, because what I found personally, the more aware you are, the more growth you can find within yourself, or opportunity for you to grow or evolve or improve, or to really set yourself up for success. You know, and success could be, like, you know, in many different things, you know, not just only monetary wise, but like every other areas in your life as well. So being very, you know, aware, self-aware, you know, like the things that goes on between, like, from ear to ear, and what you do about your, you know, your daily life, you know, because sometimes you have to be very cautious, because sometimes people don't realize what you're doing and what you're entertaining is creating the reality you're living. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you get tell when you're around certain people, you get tell when you leave, when you depart from them, or when you leave from there, that you either feel more happy, more jolly, or more sad or negative, because it depends the kind of auras you're entertaining as well. You know what I'm saying? Which should come from people. You know what I'm saying? So if you're around certain people that kind of like, you know, give you kind of like really funny vibes, or something's just not quite right about this person, or the situation is just not quite right, it's because God is talking to you. It's because the intuition is telling you, like, hello. You know, so that way you don't get caught up in unnecessary drama and someone's nonsense, being depleted or being used. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes when you become more closer to God, God helps you understand all these things, help you, give you more understanding and wisdom, kind of showing you exactly where God is, like, in your life, or where He's telling you that you might need some correction, or some more attention, or more nutrients, or more, you know, more things for you to be a better overall person. That's why it's so important for you to be very aware of these things of your life. You know, just like sometimes you end up developing tendencies, you know, but then you realize, but that's just not who I am. It depending who you're around or what you're watching, that you subconsciously picking it up. Just like when you see, like, certain TikTok, or when you see, like, certain YouTube videos, or when you see, like, a magazine, or, you know, even like programming, you know, like on TV, or like when you're growing up, you end up imitating a certain kind of niche from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. You gotta be very cautious, because then you end up becoming a duplicate of what you're constantly feeding yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean, be very self-aware. And it goes into layers, because sometimes you grow up and become you know, an adult from a child, and then you end up carrying over a lot of tendencies, or a lot of things that you did not wasn't aware of until you got older. You know what I'm saying? Because you was young. That's what I mean by, picking up tendencies that you later on in life and be like, why was I even acting like that? Or why did I say that? Or why did I do that? It's because of your circle of influence or whatever kind of information you was exposed to or the environment you was exposed to. You pick certain things up. That's what I mean. Like, you have to be very careful of like everything because you end up being a product of that thing. You know what I'm saying? Or of that environment or of the book. That's why they tell you so good. That's why they tell you to feed yourself positivity because then you become a reflection of what that is. That's becoming aware of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Same thing if you have children or if you have parents or family, like being aware, you can tell when someone's acting kind of funny, not themselves, then you end up picking up things because you're aware of these things. If you pick up on these things when you develop that self-awareness around you or around other people or like that mindset, that perspective. You get what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people get so caught up in their phone, in their own world, that they end up missing out red flags that are right in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Same thing if you're with a partner or if you're married. You have to know these things because sometimes some people may not know these things, and sometimes people know these things, but they're waiting for someone else to say something. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you meet someone who's always positive and happy, they're always around, but then all of a sudden they disappear. When they are around, they kind of like very shy to themselves. They kind of taken back. They kind of like something's not right. When you pick up on that, that's being aware of the situation. That's being aware of someone that you care about or another person. Like, okay, this is not normal type behavior for this person. That's what I mean by being aware, because then you have the opportunity to kind of be there for someone who might need you. Who might need someone to be there, kind of really help them get through. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's a beautiful thing when you develop the self-awareness or just awareness in general. So you can begin to figure out exactly what you want, who you are, and where you want to go in life because you're becoming more self-aware, understanding yourself, understanding, your triggers, understanding where you need more attention at, more nourishing, more caring, more maturing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's so important to develop awareness, and just in everything. You know what I'm saying? So that way you're paying attention to what's really going on. You're not blinded by the everyday traffic of life. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we get so caught up in our day-to-day bustle and hustle. Sometimes we get caught up in our own mind that we end up missing opportunities that really makes the difference in someone's life. You get what I'm saying? And that's especially true when it comes to your children, when it comes to people, when it comes to your parents, when it comes to your family, when it comes to co-workers, because you never know what someone is going through. Because we're all humans, and then we develop this kind of bad habit of keeping things to ourselves, feeling that we're so invincible that we can do everything on our own. But that reason only exists, or that behavior only exists, is because when people was honest, genuine, and transparent with whoever they thought they could be open and transparent with, kind of neglected them and made them feel like what they had to say did not matter. You know what I'm saying? Or what they was feeling did not matter. What they're going through did not matter. And that's completely a lie. We need to be very conscious and self-aware, aware what's going on, because we don't ever want to be that moment that it's too late. You know what I'm saying? You never want to be like, oh, it's too late. It's never too late. So that's what I mean by becoming more aware. Be aware of what's going on within yourself, within your family. It actually brings a lot of peace and humility in the environment, in the relationship, in the bond. You know what I'm saying? When you actually genuinely, when you know someone, basically, it's like, okay, now, because even with my personal experience, sometimes people be shocked because they'll be like, oh, I didn't even know you're that observant, like you knew all that, but it's like, of course, because when you genuinely care for people and you generally have like that heart, like God or Jesus, not like all the way, but like, becoming more like them and like in your ways, then he's able to direct you of who might need a hug, who might need an encouraging word, who might need your attention at that present moment. You know what I'm saying? It's a more spiritual thing. So that's what I mean. So even when I was in my own life, when I pay attention, because I'm very observant, I pick up on things real quickly. I could tell, I can pick up on things real quickly. And so when I would go on my way and be like, oh, I know that you're not your cheery self today. Is everything okay? Did something happen? Are you sad? Are you hurting? Is someone hurting you? Is everything okay at home? You reaching out that reaching out, that self-conscious of like being aware and really picking up on what's going on, it means the world to those people. It means the world when you reach out and actually just want to help people, or you really pick up on what's going on, because you never know if they need someone, or they need someone to talk to. You don't know what they're going through internally and mentally. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean about being aware. But like I said in all my videos, I love you. I thank you. God bless you. I'm super proud of you. Let's take the world by storm. Remember, be aware, develop self-awareness so you can bring clarity and transparency in everywhere and everything and everywhere you go. Comment, like, and subscribe. And you already know. Let's take the world by storm. Peace.